Greg?
Oh, God.
Big fan of a meeting.
So how are we doing this week?
Making it
Greg?
making it barely.
Welcome to the fakest news on the fakest show in the fakest city.
That's a beautiful thought. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep this to a reasonable half hour today, and we're still it's the first, but we're still just getting
As usual.
finishing
Yeah.
content for
But,
the
but I was going to talk about taco presidency.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's get it out there.
Is that reporter, does he still have a job, is my question.
This is ridiculous.
That is an entire meme now. It is.
Yeah, he's chicken
It has gone
tacos.
so far beyond that reporter that
Yeah, but then that's why he got crazy last night, and he reposted that QAnon shit that says that Joe Biden's a robot, and
I
he
reposted that.
executed. Yeah, he was executed in 2020. He's a robot. He's
When was it? When I missed that. I don't
oh
remember
yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
Trump retweeted. Let's see.
Oh, Trump reposted it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you said I reposted it.
No, no,
I don't remember that one.
Or
I
the
would have
robot
been
version,
dying.
Corey has
No,
posted it.
no. Yeah, Biden, since he was executed in 2020, has simply been clone doubles and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entity.
Well, takes one to know.
And you know what? He was still a better president.
Yeah. So true.
I'll take zombie Biden.
Robot
over,
zombie Biden, I'd take that over.
Yeah.
I'd take Greg. No offense, Greg. I'd take Greg over.
Real Greg in the camera shot there.
Oh, you can't see.
Yeah, so that is going to be like the meme for this presidency, I think.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think you can call it that soon. I'm sure there's something even more ridiculous just around the corner. You know, it's just, I don't know.
Didn't he used to have, didn't he do a Taco Bell?
Underpants. He wore diapers.
No, that was a McDonald's. He did.
I mean, what?
He has something about a Taco Bell.
Yeah, right.
And I think he was talking about when he worked at like a fast food thing for like 30 seconds, if you can call it that.
I thought he also did like a taco bowl thing where he's like, "Oh, this is my favorite."
But that was the taco from his from Trump. It was a taco salad. It was taco
okay.
Bell.
Oh, okay. Well, either way.
Yeah, was Mickey?
Like anyone believes he ate any kind of salad.
Is taco salad considered really a salad, though? Is taco salad really a salad?
Still, anything related. Did you see the steak, the Trump steak or whatever, the Walmart steak that was the dinner of the
crypto dudes?
The crypto dudes. It was like $1 million a ticket easily. Like you had to be a donor of over $1 million.
And he fed them Walmart steaks.
It was horrible. The steak, there's a lot of memes and a lot of videos out about it. Like, this is all you need to know about, the presidency at this point. And it's like this shitty ass puck of like overly done steak. And it's got like the gravy that's on it is just super thin. It's just clear. So you know that wasn't really gravy with meat juices. It's just like a mix. And then they have these anemic looking steamed vegetables, this disgusting like smaller than a deck of cards piece of some sort of fish that, I mean, I guess they're trying to say it was surf and turf, but I mean, you're talking Salisbury steak and a little thing of whatever that was. I mean, the steak did not look like a puck. And then the best part is they
can't even give $1 million and not be scammed.
I know. And then they gave you could actually see the person you could see that it was scooped. The mashed potatoes were scooped with the ice cream scoop. So you got like one little ball of mashed potato.
So basically, they gave him like prison food.
Yes.
Oh, well, good day prison food. Like New Year's Day or whatever when they're celebrating.
New Year's Day.
It was holiday prison food.
Right, the holiday prison food. I would imagine. Special prison food.
Oh my God.
But yeah, we all know what that means.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
It was the meme. Oh my God, you got scammed at the scam dinner by the scam president. You fucking idiots.
Not even that, like, you give $1 million, you're not going to get $1 million dinner, obviously.
No, of course
Just
not.
put something. But I mean, the
You
Trump,
should at least
the
have a
Trump,
5-star dinner.
right? Something, or but even they even pointed out that the plate it was served on, the had like this gaudy ass, gold Trump stamp on it with
Oh,
the instead of
Jesus.
the U, it was this weird flowery fleur-de-lis kind of is seal in the middle,
Oh
but
God.
it was fading off because it had just been painted on. It wasn't even like gold leaf. It was just gold paint flaking off,
So
fading.
basically, like he's turned the White House into like a shitty
Yeah,
like
gold lame. He thinks he's got the worst.
South Beach like
Yeah.
house.
Oh, he's Eastern European dictator style, I think, or like
Yeah.
No, all
Saddam
of this is stuff.
Hussein's.
All of this
Saddam
is stuff you
Hussein's.
would find in like a South Beach apartment.
Yeah. Well, not even like I've been some really nice South Beach apartments, so I don't know,
They
man.
are
I
pretty
would say
garish.
I don't know, dude. I there's that was I don't know. I don't. Let's not insult South Beach. I love South Beach. Give me
I do
some
too.
Eastern European.
It's
Let's
the
insult Eastern
gayest city in
European.
the world, other than like maybe Tel Aviv.
Did would you I mean the gold leaf that from the White House, would you say that reminds you of Miami or like Vegas or like
I
Eastern
say
European dictators?
Saddam
Right?
Hussein. Yeah, yeah,
Right. Well, you've been in
yeah.
Miami. We didn't see any of that, right? We saw fun stuff.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
saw like Art Deco stuff, but I don't know, man. I wasn't that. I don't know. I miss Miami. We used to go. It was a good time.
I miss Miami too.
Yeah. And I never found Miami too garish. I found Vegas garish. I had to go to Vegas every year.
I've never been to Vegas,
Oh,
That
never.
but
Oh,
but
wow.
I've heard
that was
it's
just horrible.
Oh,
wretched.
Oh,
yeah. There's
Like
no
fucking
reason for that city to be there.
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah.
I had to go for work, and one time I went for like before I had to go for work, I took a vacation, and it was like went back when I could get a vacation for like anything, so I was just going everywhere, and like that was the only time I was on vacation where I was kind of like, could I go home now? like, I know
Speaking
it
of
was another
Vegas,
day, but
I was watching a thing the other day with Danny that she brought up about like this dude who was like had invented like a bunch of different ways to like beat the old slot machines.
Oh, cool. Neat.
Like he got away with it so much.
the slot machines.
Yeah.
What were some of the things? Could he use like electronics or
No,
plug
it was
or
like super low tech stuff for
oh,
the
okay.
most part.
Oh,
Like this
interesting.
was back in like the 80s and 90s, when it was still kind of low tech.
Yeah.
But like he had like fucking little things to like stick up the little finger bit.
They were doing something like that with the lottery machines in like various places in Philly, like gas station lotteries.
Oh,
One of
the little slot machines in the lottery or
Yeah, yeah, and the
at
guy was
the
able to actually one of the ways was the guy would stick the $100 bill in with like a fishing line just through it and then pull the money back again. And and then they literally did something like that to the side of the machine and popped it open and took like $50,000. And it's
but
like,
they were doing things like, like inserting like a thing to like reflect the light so they couldn't tell
oh,
how much money
how much he had bet.
no, they'll get that. I forgot to turn it off.
What?
My audio on my phone.
Oh.
Think I'd have learned by now. But they stuck this like little thing in there to like reflect the light so that the machine didn't know how many coins it was divvying out, and it would just like go and like
Cool.
Oh, that's
there
cool.
was nothing left.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Was this recent? When was this
No,
done?
well, I think he recently died.
Oh,
Is why it was out
On
there
the
in the ether
news.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had like made like $10 million over a couple of years.
I guess he got caught
Yeah, twice.
twice.
And then
They let him back out and he did it again.
Yeah, he went right back to it.
Hmm.
Like even while on probation for it, like he was using like something called like a shade or something like that.
Yeah.
Like shades like to do the shit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Sounds exciting.
It
Wow.
was pretty fucking great.
I
Mhm.
support this.
I did, you know what? I do too. I do too.
Fair enough,
Like
right?
if
Touche,
people are robbing casinos,
Mhm.
right? That's the way to do it. One
that
man,
is like the most
one
Robin
man, one
Hood shit.
machine.
That is the most Robin Hood shit ever.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It
Well, I
makes
actually I support card counters.
too.
Yeah, if you guys can't get enough decks in there that make these confuse these people, then that's really on
It's
y'all.
y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's totally on y'all.
Mhm.
Totally. Totally.
And that requires some amount of skill. I mean, you do have to
That
know
requires
something,
an
you know?
immense amount of like mental math.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Not easy.
We all saw
Yeah.
Rain Man.
Yeah, we did. That's true. So yeah. So yeah, taco presidency. Yep, that's a good one. It definitely has some legs to it.
And he hates it, so that's always fun.
Yeah, I like that.
That's the best.
I love that. I love that a woman asked him too. Just jammed it in his face. Are you pissed off that they say taco trade? Yeah, it was great. Good delivery.
Just so sick of him.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just so
What else happened this week? Trump's tariffs temporarily got shut down
and
and
then
then
right back on again.
pop right back up. But I think he's gonna lose that.
I hope so, but they were supposed to stay off if they got, and then they have to appeal to have them put back on. So it's really weird. I'm not heartened by how they're bowing to him and putting them back.
Well, to be honest, like the courts may not even be an option, going forward if the Senate, passes this uh
Big
whatever
beautiful
they
bill.
call it. The
Big
bill,
beautiful
yeah,
bill.
the money bill,
Yeah, right. So
because like there's apparently like sections in it that like basically like make it impossible to sue him.
yeah,
Like
yeah. They can't be held. It can't be held for contempt, right? If they don't follow an order, so a judicial order. I think that's part of it.
that's part of it. They also like in order to even file the lawsuit, you have to put up a bond if you're asking for like any kind of money or whatever.
Mhm.
Which with like I think it's the universities maybe. They would require like $1 trillion bond. Like it's ridiculous.
Oh my God, these guys are such sock puppets. It's amazing.
It's insane.
It really is. And again, I thought these were co-equal branches of government. How the fuck are you legislating that the courts can't do this or that?
Yeah, right?
Fuck out of here. No, I'd say no. Fuck you. I'm gonna get my verdict until you grab the gavel out of my hand.
Just give it to
But
him.
yeah, it's the country's fallen fast.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah, it is.
It is. It really is. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's just disturbing.
And the messed up part is like you can't even really blame it on like incompetence. Like because the things he's doing, like there's no like incompetence, you can't, say that, that's just incompetence. Like you can only say this is designed to economically destroy the country, to reduce freedom in the country,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I think
it's ridiculous.
they probably had help from either Hungary or Russia or both. Those are the people that I think would think these things through at this kind of level.
I agree. And the part that pisses me off the most is, that everybody fucking knew like all of this shit was coming. They had a literal book worth of a plan.
Yep. Yep.
That they've
Everybody's
implemented
in on
every
it.
step. Huh?
Everybody wants it. The Congress and Senate could stop him if they wanted. They don't
No,
want. No,
Republicans
even a
want
couple of
this.
those could scoot over. A couple, I mean, there's nobody's working together. Nobody's trying. They just pretend they can't do anything. There's tons of little things that they could be doing. They're not doing. They're not doing anything. It's just ridiculous.
So you think Democrats are in on it
I
too?
don't think they care. I don't think they care. I think they checked out long ago. I don't think they care. I think some of them probably care, but most of them. What do you think?
Well, I mean, they've certainly been working on getting rid of a lot of the shit for years now. The neo-libs, they fucked up a lot of stuff. So they,
That's what I'm asking you. Do you
yeah,
think
again, I think they're definitely in on it. They made it possible to get, I mean, to do a lot of this shit. And I don't get the feeling that they're interested in fighting any of it. We keep hearing people who on some of these podcasts are like, why aren't they doing it? And it's like, well, after a while it becomes obvious that if they're not doing anything, it's because they either approve of it or they're somehow involved in it. I don't understand. Like, I think once money got into politics in the 2008 verdict from the Supreme Court, I think
it's over?
that then everybody was lining up for it. And yeah, there are some people like Bernie and AOC who I think do have their hearts in the right place, but there's way too many of these guys who are like fucking Schumer voting for which one of the fucking idiots that they put in Kennedy, I think. Didn't he vote for help
I
vote?
believe
He
so.
voted for somebody who was just, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like this whole, like, again, it to me it just seems like this isn't about just procedures anymore. This is like you guys really don't want to stand in the
They're
way.
cutting off their nose to spite their face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Except it's not
yeah.
really their nose, it's mine
Yeah.
and
Right. Yeah,
yours.
They're
yeah,
cutting out, they've given up on their voters, is what it is, I think.
yeah.
I don't know. It's
Do you,
it's weird.
do you think there's any way back?
Apparently, well, when I watch well, I don't know, it's a really weird question. I'm curious whether you think there's any way back, but I do hear from people when I watch, BBC and Times and stuff that they're saying like there's a chance that the US can revert, but it doesn't look good. So I think there's a chance and you never know, and it's never over till it's over. And, I don't have a boot on my neck right now. So I'm gonna say that maybe there's something, I don't know, but I really, no one
I
else
mean,
has.
they're already deporting like American citizens.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Like
viciously, meanly,
and
they're
like
zip tying children.
I
Children are
know
crying,
that's what I was gonna say.
crying.
Like they deported a 2-year-old
I know,
child
zip tied. It's disgusting.
to
Yeah.
Brazil.
Right. Well, that kind of makes sense though, in that like her parents were being
She's not
deported.
from Brazil.
Right. Well,
She's
but her
from
parents were being deported. She was
America.
born here, but her parents weren't. So, he's got rid
Yeah.
of the birthright citizenship shit. He doesn't care about it. But then
He,
again, who is she
okay.
going to stay with?
He can't get rid of
Right, right,
it.
right, right,
It
right. I know,
is
I know, I know.
in the
But he can because he's just going to
Constitution.
ignore it and no one's going to stand up for it. So yeah, he
But
can.
there
So
you
yeah,
go.
he
De
can. So
facto.
anyway, he is, and he's doing it. But anyway, without he's just going ahead. But my point is like he can't just leave a 2-year-old in the United States because she's a citizen and she doesn't have parents or anybody who's going to take care of her. So rather than let her find a guardian or have anything like that, he just said, get with your parents. So it's bad, but it's not like he's like, I think a lot of times when you think here, a 2-year-old's being deported, you just think they're like leaving him on the side of the road with a bindle or something, but that's not what this is. The kid was apparently going back to the parents. So. But still, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. And the families are getting split up. And there was like an Italian restaurant. And everyone's like screaming and to try to prevent them from getting their crew. So it's like video that's out now. It's all over TikTok and stuff. And it's just so sad. And there's like kids that are just like crying. And I mean, what would you think? Your parents are getting taken away. I mean, no one wanted this except like a handful of lunatics.
Well, the other thing I was thinking, just to get back to
Sure.
the payment thing and the corruption and the co-opting of Democrats, I was thinking the biggest example is the Supreme Court. I mean, they didn't flinch at giving bribes
Yeah.
and kickbacks
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
gifts to all those guys. To what, four?
We caught you taking bribes, and they're like, "So what? Who's going to process?"
Yeah.
And
So there was like 4 or 5 of them that these guys got on the Gorsuch, Roberts, Thomas,
Yep.
the other asshole.
Yep.
Those 4 at least.
Yep.
Coney Barrett,
Yeah,
maybe,
maybe.
but I mean, if the
I
fact is
think the
those
cat has
guys got
something to
paid,
say.
if those
Yeah, she's
guys,
a girl.
yeah, if those guys got paid, then congressional people were lining up to get paid too. Come on, there's a lot
I
of money to
think
go around.
your cat has a point to make. He
Uh-oh.
was raising his hand.
No, he's just licking his paw.
No, he was going like this.
Oh, was he?
He really doesn't care about any of this.
He doesn't.
He's like, feed me,
Yeah, if you want an impartial
pet me.
perspective, yeah. So yes, no, I don't know, but way back, that's a good question. I, th- mm, yeah, I mean, all the people I hear that have any experience or study this at all are like, you really have to develop networks. You know, you're going to have to start making common cause with people you might not align with on every last policy position, but you're going to have to come together enough to be like, hey, let's get rid of these dicks first before we work on other things.
Isn't that? But isn't like the like the destruction of like common cause between, you know, similarly aligned but perfectly aligned groups?
Hmm.
Isn't that kind of what led to this?
Yeah.
You know, so how do we especially because like I know like for me like I have like zero trust with for many if not most of the people that I used to be, you
Yeah,
know.
they don't want to work with us either though. They don't want to work with you. You know, they're purists. They are like they don't want to work with Democrats. They don't want to work with people that are interested in coalitions. I have some really, you know, people on my Facebook page that are just not my page,
Yeah.
but are
Yeah.
friends.
I don't think that's how we got here. I think that's what's happened to drive wedges in between people over stuff that, again, there are definitely causes that are all worth fighting for. But if we're all saying, well, only this cause matters, that's how we got here. And I think a lot of that has to do with social media,
Yep.
a lot with the mainstream media not reporting on this shit. I think
Or
it's been a
falsely
break.
reporting on things.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just been a breakdown in the sense of like allowing uh, issues to like obscure any kind of ability to to come together. And I think, yeah, I mean, if there was a MAGA idiot who was like, hey, this is bullshit, I just lost my whatever, I would see that as an opportunity to be like, you know, hey, dude, like we were just talking the other day, getting money out of politics. I'm sure there's a lot of people in various parts of the spectrum are like, let's get money out of fucking politics. I think that's a common cause to rally around. And
I
that's
agree.
also part of the reason why we're fucked right now is because of all the money being pumped into the system.
Like in Europe, they just do elections for like 2 months. And there are many countries where you only get the amount of money you get to campaign is same for every party, and it comes out of taxpayer money, and you're not allowed to take donations. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Yeah, that
Everybody
would be.
has the same
And I
amount of
think
money.
there had been multiple attempts at setting up a system like that,
It'd be great to have
if I
that.
recall.
It'd be great to get back to do that because I think that would solve a lot of our problems. And to that point, also like when you were saying, you know how we're not getting along and this and that. Apparently, I just pulled up the Alt National Park Service, and it's like Republicans keep getting caught using bots to amplify their messages.
Hmm.
So they're saying like, you know, when you see a flood of support or outrage in your timeline feed, and when you see like even news outlets responding, oh, people are upset, oh, it's
Yeah.
crazy. A lot of times that's completely generated. They just made it themselves, and then they pass that along to the news and say, look, I'm making news. And then the news is so stupid they just jump for it. And
Mhm.
before long, a story is completely fabricated, and we're all reacting to it as if it's real. And
Yeah.
that's like we're just seeing that they're doing that now, so you know that's what they've been doing. And it's just this manipulation that was got to stop. And I agree with you. Let's get the money out. There's got to be Trump people that, I mean, hey, if you really think you got the man, then it doesn't matter how much money he has. Make it, you know, he can. It's like if you're Top Chef, you can make the best. You can win with, you know, one hand tied behind your back. So go ahead.
Mhm. Mhm.
Another thing I think that would be like necessary
Mm-hmm.
would be shutting down all of these social media companies and or like en masse, like just dropping them like from our lives
Right.
Yeah.
and like getting
Multi-
our news instead of from, multimedia, you know, conglomerates or whatever,
Mhm.
focus on local news
It'd
Yeah.
be great if that's possible, but
Couldn't you do something like subsidizing local news? I mean, is that such a stretch?
it shouldn't be.
You know, to me, that seems to make a lot of sense. The other thing is about the social media. I think you just take out that section, what is it, 230, that immunizes them from liability.
Just
Take
like,
that out, make them
I agree.
liable, and watch how quickly those platforms clean up.
oh yeah, what?
Oh, I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's really
Like
not.
there's this kid, I use the term kid loosely. I think he was like 21, 22, still kind of, I mean, he's a kid to
He's
us.
a punk.
He's a young.
He's a
Yeah.
punk.
He's a punk.
But he had like 4 million followers or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, and he was pounding like just like some of the craziest, Gaza conspiracies.
Hmm.
And it took him, you know, talking shit about the Jewish, well, the couple that was killed in front of the Jewish
Oh,
museum
right. Was this
before they
Piker?
finally took him down.
Is this Piker? Hassan Piker?
No, they took him down too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But no, it's a kid named Guy Christensen or Christian.
Oh, okay.
It's like a punk kid.
Yeah.
He looks like
Tom Piker, I watched after. I watched
one of
after.
those Cabbage Patch dolls.
Yeah. Well, I have to correct
about Hassan?
something. I have to correct something we talked about last week because Hassan Piker actually he did not say the stuff that people are saying that he said. There, he actually said the opposite. So he's coming back with a lot. Like he well, I think that was a little out there.
What was it? What was it?
There's all my influencers like the bartender guy and all those people.
Yeah.
He never said what they said he said. He actually said the opposite. He was like, this is not about that or whatever. He did not
Huh.
say he was actually against a conspiracy theory. He was getting people were saying that he was spreading the conspiracy theory that around that couple. And he actually was not spreading the conspiracy theory. If anything, he wanted to bring it up and he was saying, let's not fall for this. But he got pushed because people just grabbed it and ran and it got spun out of control by the right wing
But see,
people that
isn't
love
that
to do
isn't
that.
that like hugely problematic?
It's but everyone
I mean, and mind you, I am not absolving.
oh gosh,
Hassan
no,
Piker
no,
at
no,
all.
no, no, no. He's better. He's offended me on many levels of my own. He's a purist in his weird sense.
But
He
the
would
point
not like
is,
us.
the ability to grab people or things and remove the context
Right, right, and just
and
accelerate it.
I mean, there's many a times when like people have said things and like if you read it directly out of context, it
Mhm.
says something entirely different.
Mhm.
And maybe that person had like previously supported things that would align with the out of context,
Sure.
but that's not what they said.
Yeah, you still can't use it, right? You need to wait for him to say it for real, or you can make your case
Or at
based on the other
or at
shit.
least put what they did say into
Exactly. And
context.
then add your own stuff based on what you have before. Well, did he mean this? Here's what I think. But you got to make the case. You just can't misquote somebody and run with it because you think you know what they said or they meant. That's just not cool. So yeah, and of course Alon, oh, I've finally seen have you seen him rolling his eyes back and how high he is? I never
Oh, Elon. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that dude apparently is on all kinds of drugs, according to
Yes.
recent reporting.
But I never saw him. They were showing it from the inauguration, and they never showed us it. I didn't see that, but maybe I guess I wasn't watching it. But I don't know. Like now went back. I think they went back in the inauguration to look at his face, and he does this. He goes like that's what he was doing, and he was doing it at the White House. He was just there with his black eye and shit, and
Oh, yeah.
and he was doing that, and the whole Stephen Miller's wife, like I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there.
Dude is such a fucking weirdo, man.
Also,
Oh, it's
it's just
Like you would think if you were on that much drugs, you might have like a little cool in you.
yeah, right.
But apparently not.
No, no, he's horrible. But yeah, the eye thing is really wild. So he's like,
And the crazy thing is this dude is running like what, 4 or 5 companies?
Oh yeah.
Like
CEO of 5 companies.
yeah,
yeah.
that's not a real job.
It's not a real job if you're a CEO 5 times over.
Job.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what you're saying, but yeah, he's got like like he should be drug tested, definitely. Like it's just so weird. It's just so-
Especially because like he one of the companies he runs is a space company that's basically taking over fucking NASA.
I know.
Yep.
And blowing shit up. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, if you're that much on drugs, there's something you're fucked up in a way. You've done some shit that
Right,
you're just trying to anesthetize yourself.
Like it's a
over.
press
Right.
conference. Why
That's
would
what it
you
seems
be
like.
high at a press conference?
Right?
I'm all for recreational chemical, enhancement, but you're at work, like, do you really want to
Yeah.
be high on camera?
I mean, you know what? Every once in a while, I like to partake in a little, dab here, dab there,
Right?
a little bit
our
of
reality a little bit. for
drinky,
funsies.
drinky.
Why not?
Every once in a blue moon.
Why
But I
not?
don't do it at work. Well, except for that
Oh.
one time when we were like doing the
Oh,
like
the debate thing, right?
yeah.
Yeah, we were
But that
hoping it
doesn't
was
count.
It's different. No,
That
it
was
doesn't count.
intentional.
No,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cameras were on him. Like he's talking in front of the world. Like who wants to be high like that? I mean, what's wrong with you?
I don't like. How is he not paranoid?
Right? Like why? Why he must be. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway,
Like I would be like super paranoid. I'd be like,
I know.
these people are trying to get me.
And they actually are. So it's not are you paranoid enough, I guess, is his situation. Oh my God. So yeah, so this week sucks. I don't know. Anything happening this week? All right,
This coming
John.
week,
Yeah.
Gay Pride starts
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ready. We have
today.
Yeah.
Today.
It kicked off with the flag going through the neighborhood.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that from you guys.
Yeah. That was
That was
fun.
pretty awesome. I wish American Jewish History Month would have been that cool. But
Well, you gotta make a big
Need a
gesture.
600-foot flag.
yeah, well, Jesus Christ, could you imagine right now?
Would be very interesting.
Yeah.
It would, but not in a good way. Not in a safe way.
No.
It would be
No,
great, like photographic images
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that like that would be a huge fucking fire, but nobody would be safe.
Yeah.
Also speaking of violence and craziness, apparently there was a riot in Paris this weekend that killed 2 people.
Oh my gosh.
They were actually ran down.
Hmm.
Like it was actually a family and they were like ran down.
What were they rioting about?
The victory of whatever the Paris soccer team, I guess. Or
Okay.
some kind of
Hooliganism?
sports victory.
Hooliganism.
Yeah. Just
Sounds fun.
for your basic hooliganism.
Except like 10 levels above.
Yeah.
Like apparently like a bunch of there were a bunch of like major fires, like fights with the police,
Oh,
like
great.
it was bad. It was terrible.
Well, much like the Olympics, I think you should never want to push for the Olympics in your country because it means you're going to end up spending hundreds of millions of dollars that you'll never
Nothing.
get back.
Yeah.
But also, you shouldn't be doing World Cup events in your country. They should put it on an island somewhere, or I don't
Right,
know,
you would think.
That's a good idea.
some place that's not like
idea.
heavily populated. Like, be prepared. Like Los Angeles, like the Dodgers are out in the ravine, so that if shit breaks out, it's out there. Like that's what I would
Yeah,
do.
right?
Like, put it in a place where you've got some buffer. Don't put it in the
Yeah.
middle of the city, right?
That's
So
very
people go
wise.
crazy, right? I mean,
Very wise.
because what? Yeah.
But that would be too much like right. And we all
Can't
know.
have that.
No.
Can't have that.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's funny because I think people see much like the Olympics. People are like, "Ooh, think about the
money.
economic multiplier effect." Yeah, well, think about the fact that you're going to build 8 stadiums and they're all going to sit vacant most of the time for
Right?
I don't know
And,
into the
well,
foreseeable
not only
future.
that, but like all the housing for
All
you
the-
know
Yeah.
the
Olympic
with people
Village.
that they don't use again, which is
No.
like the weirdest shit.
It is
Right.
very weird.
Yeah.
It is very
Like
Yeah.
use that to house homeless people
It's
or
so
something.
weird.
That's the best argument for having the Olympics here.
Yeah, right?
I
Then
think
they
we
could-
should have it somewhere in this area, New York or wherever,
And just leave
and then
the
build all
houses
the
up.
housing and get everybody in there. I mean, to me, that's a genius solution, right?
It would be. I mean,
Portable
it would be.
housing.
Before they say anything, just it should be like,
They
they
knock
can't
it down, get everybody
just
in there.
get
Yeah,
everyone in there.
that'd be awesome.
That'd be fun.
Didn't they try to
that's
do something?
Squirrel
Well, not
Parker
not
couldn't
with
stop us.
the Olympic houses or whatever, but with like old housing, like in the maybe 80s or 90s. I think it was under Street, or maybe he had supported it,
Hmm.
where like they were like occupying a bunch of houses, and like in
Mhm.
order to get them like get it resolved, they actually just put people in those houses. They fixed them up and put them in them.
That settlement?
Nice. I don't know.
Was that Germantown settlement, maybe?
I don't remember because I wasn't around it.
Right,
Well, I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
But
I
it sounded
was,
like
but
it.
I was a kid in like Bumblefuck Okeechobee, but I remember reading about it and like watching some like documentaries on it like a while back.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was in North Philly
know.
somewhere.
Oh, okay. And
think it might have been.
did that work by putting people in there? Did
Yeah,
that-
until the guy took
Yeah,
off.
the
Until the guy
people
took
that
the
were
land,
in there,
that
from
was
what I
over.
understand, many of them are still in it.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Huh. You looking it up? Germantown settlement? It might be Germantown settlement.
Like the data on like giving people housing, usually with wraparound supporting, is like very high
Oh, yeah.
retention.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like 80-90% that the people stay
Yeah.
housed.
Yeah, and people act as though somehow because you live on the street that you're going to be you won't care for a home of your own. But I mean, I can't think of a better reason to
That is
care
the
for a home
one
of
thing
your
that
own.
they want the
They
most, and they
will.
will care
It's-
for the most.
It's the one thing they'll never let it go. I mean, it would be I don't understand. That's the biggest impetus I can think of. To sleep under a fucking roof. Holy shit. I wasn't telling you that.
Mismanaged affordable housing, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, there was a guy in Germantown who had a lot of properties, and the bigger he got, of course, the more loans he got. So he was able to really grow quite the empire out there. And then they found out it was, all
In
mismanaged.
the 80s, 90s,
Yeah.
he controlled hundreds of affordable housing units while directing the nonprofit Germantown settlement. I bet that's what he's referring to.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he went and got corrupt. So
Mhm.
it worked for a while. And
Well,
then,
but it wasn't there. The house people.
well,
fault. It
with
was like the-
PHA took over a couple of the houses, but and this was rather recently, and then they're all kind of quietly going back to him. Which we have like two people in Germantown that fight this but they're getting old now. But whenever they see him pop back up, they show back up for the meeting. and
Emmanuel
remind-
Freeman?
Yep, and remind
yeah.
them that they don't want him having these properties back because he did such a bad job before. Like people couldn't lock their doors. They weren't getting heat. They were paying, because their Section 8 was paying for it, so it's like
Yeah.
automatic. And then they were getting like nothing that they were supposed to be getting, but they didn't want to leave because if the city was like, we'll put you up in another house, but they're like, but there's no locks on the door. Like, I don't want to leave while you're repairing because I don't know what's gonna happen with all my shit. So it was this whole big mess. It's really sad.
That sucks.
Yeah, it really was sad. And it still is. Like I said, he keeps trying to get it back.
Yeah. Well, that's the other problem. You get these people like Trump and these other scumbags, and it's like it proves that if you're just a bit of a shit long enough,
They
that'll come back around
and
again. I
come back
mean,
around.
as Karen likes to say, the enslavers are back again. I mean, I'm
Right.
convinced that these are like the offspring of the Southerners and Northerners too. I mean, people who are racist. You just stay long enough, and you're vicious and angry long enough. I think you can.
He'll come
I
back.
come
agree.
around.
I mean, like I see a lot of similarities, in various, things with old timey anti-Semites,
Mhm. Oh
like
yeah.
literally spouting the same shit that they did like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Same thing with the racists and like slavers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've always been a proponent of like rewriting the what was it, the Eighth Amendment, or no, not the Eighth Amendment. Whatever the one that I always talk about. I'm having a brain fart. With the prisons,
Is
you
it
know,
13th or
13th Amendment,
13th?
13th
Yeah,
Amendment.
yeah. Yeah,
Thank you.
because that just
Thank you for
enables
solving my brain fart.
right, that enables slavery, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
that's the
yeah,
workaround with slavery.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely it is. And like now, now you have, the whole idea of wage slavery, which is real,
Yep.
like
Yep.
people not getting paid enough, to live, not having the ability to make, you know, choices for themselves about employment because,
Yep.
you know, maybe they're stuck with fucking whatever company because of like the health insurance and they can't afford to
Mhm.
lose it,
Yep.
or they're not making enough money or whatever. Like there's a million fucking things in which the rich seek to not just enslave like people of color, but all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And they don't want you having time to think about how shitty everything is, because that's why if you're busy all the time, you don't have time to think about that stuff. That's the whole middle class versus working class.
Right? Even like, the new thing in recent years, I think, has been, the contract employee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, a friend of hers, had a bunch of issues with like one of those cell phone, the companies that try to get you their cell phone or whatever, like their Obama phone or whatever,
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, hiring a bunch of like contract employees, not
Mhm.
paying them for work they did,
Yeah.
fucking, even like the whole AI training thing. Like unless
Right.
you're like one of their favorites, like
Mhm.
a lot of times you'll end up doing, a bunch of unpaid training, unpaid work,
Right.
Yep,
You have to
yep.
research
you
it. You
know.
have to look into the shit they give you. So you got to read that. Here's how it works. Whoop, and they give you like this file that you have to read through. I mean, that's
I
everywhere.
know
What
it's
would they
like
call
it's
it
like
now? What they say it
90
was?
pages.
Mhm.
Right? And what the lady said that we learned that at the last WHYY bridging blocks. What was it? It was like a incremental worker or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, incremental pay or something,
Something,
incremental something or
something. It
other.
wasn't increment. It was another
Yeah.
word. But yeah, there's like a word for it. Like you're just literally getting paid for.
Only for like, yeah, if you go to the bathroom, you're not getting paid for that. It's like only literally when you're on doing the actual task. And once you stop doing the task, you don't get paid.
Right.
So it's like,
Exactly.
oh, you're getting
Exactly.
paid 75 an hour, except that you only worked like 18 minutes of this hour, so you
Yeah.
only get 18 minutes worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It was bullshit.
yeah, so can't wait till I do that with healthcare. Sorry, you only
Yeah.
you
Right.
only get 20% of your healthcare.
Only taking out 20% of the tumor.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Uh,
only laughing because if I didn't, I would be bawling. Speaking of
yes.
Medicare, like how many people just got booted from Medicare
Well,
or
not
will be
yet,
booted?
right? And we have to see what the Senate
Senate will do.
does it, right?
But like there's a high
Oh yeah.
probability that it's
And
going to
then it
pass.
doesn't happen until 2026 or something because they want to make it past the primaries before they start taking everybody's shit.
But that's like insidious. Like I hope to God people see through this
Right?
shit.
Right? Like that's the one thing I like about the tariffs not being taken away. Because yeah, bring them. Let's people will be hurting and let people hurt so that they can get through this before it's all over. You know what I mean? Like if that's what it takes, let's start hurting.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't wanna, but
No, no, but someone's got to have some consequences to these tariffs, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I think that that's part of the pushback. You're hearing that from obviously small farmers.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
that
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not big enough. We need to
it's not there
expand
yet.
it. And
Yeah.
some asshole, I forget who it was, but someone who's literally like a elected official posted this thing on his Facebook page, and it's like 5 green checks, and it's like inflation down 50%,
Mm.
price of eggs down 80%, jobs up, da, 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 and every single one was a lie. It was just like,
Oh, yeah.
war of peace happening now, like everything. And it's just getting shared because the dummies are just like, oh yeah, we're winning, even though it's not real. It's just a Facebook meme.
Well, again, I like to think that
How do you combat that? Besides saying, I hope you have to pay more money for your groceries so you'll learn, because
Well-
any idiot should know inflation's not down.
no, I think your thing about the thing that breaks cult members out of the
Yeah.
cult is a health scare. So if your health
Yeah.
gets cut
Okay.
and all of a sudden you're up against, cancer or something, and you can't get to see a doctor and you can't get any help for it,
And you
That
don't want
might-
people just praying over you.
that might wake you up. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
Some of these
Maybe.
people are pretty hardcore though.
In the meantime,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have more bird flu because
Canceled the
JFK
vaccine.
just brought a whole bunch of bird flu into what was it, South Florida?
They brought more. Yeah, I heard they canceled the vaccine.
Well, what happened is
Oh, and they canceled the COVID vaccine.
No,
While
they canceled the bird
still-
flu. They're not even looking for a bird flu vaccine anymore. They stopped.
Well,
looking for a bird
there's
flu
that,
vaccine.
but there's also they also like aren't requiring the COVID vaccine.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Even though
getting it
like
unless you're
still
over
like to
65.
this day, 300 people a day are dying.
Yes, and they don't. It's not.
Jeez.
It's not worth protecting the rest of us. It's not free for us now. Their government's not protect. It's only for 65 and over. But yeah, and so what was that? They brought birds are in Florida?
Ostriches from which I think it was ostriches.
Ostriches?
Yeah, no, or wait, it was Oz that did it.
Dr. Oz?
Dr. Oz rescued 300 or no 60 ostriches from Canada.
Because he's Dr. Oz.
I don't
So,
know.
like, some ostriches.
Okay, that's a good
Good
pun.
one.
So
That's a
I'm
good pun,
imagining,
but-
I can't imagine why he would want ostriches except for if he's starting a.
Well, because he
Sort of.
was he's rescued because they were going to kill them because that's what you need to do.
I didn't know they were sick. I just thought he was adopting ostriches for the sake of
No,
ostriches.
they have bird
So
flu.
he took bird flu ostriches? Is he insane? They're gonna die anyway.
They are going to die anyways, and it's going to be worse for them,
It's gonna be
and
ugly.
they're going to infect like
That's
four
nice.
birds.
I bet they just can't wait till it crosses over to humans. Because then they're all gonna have the bird flu vaccine and we're all gonna be sitting here dying of respiratory disease that kills you in like 12 hours flat. Which is apparently what the bird flu does to your chickens. It's like they're all dead. So they're I'm sure they are gonna have the bird flu vaccine. I'm sure it's stopped not for everybody. I'm sure they have their special laboratory where the bird flu is being
You know, this
worked on.
makes me want to go back and reread that conspiracy about that monument in Georgia. I forget what it's called, where they have like the list of things on it.
It's a stone monument.
It's so
Yeah.
loud, is it?
No,
Mountain.
no, it's got like tablets, right? Or large.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like in a bunch of different languages.
Mhm.
yeah.
What was that have to do with this?
Because I think one of the things is to get the population down to like a certain number of
That'd be
people.
nice. That's special.
So it was written. So there you have it.
And so it is. Gone along
So it
with
was written.
Great. Well,
Yeah.
I gotta get back to editing. So this has been fun. But yeah.
At least you're gonna chuckle later. You'll be like, wait a second.
And you're gonna remember that ostrich zinger.
Yeah.
I am.
Good one,
Yeah,
right?
break that out.
That's dad quality joke right there.
It is a dad
think it
quality
really is.
joke.
And it wasn't
though-
joking. I was literally
John is going above and beyond me now,
Uh-oh.
telling librarian jokes.
Uh-oh. What's his librarian joke?
Why did the librarian bring a ladder to school? Because he was teaching. He was at a high school.
Ha 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 ha. That's bad. That's
It's
adorably
terrible.
bad.
That is
Adorably
so
bad.
terrible.
I love that kids love bad
My
jokes.
delivery was bad, but
No,
still, the
no.
joke
It's so
in and
bad.
of
You couldn't
itself
have- you
was.
couldn't have
No,
saved it.
I love
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kids
yeah.
love bad jokes.
Yeah.
It's how you learn. It's how you learn. I think it's very cute. I love bad kid jokes.
He had another one about the Dewey Decimal System,
Ooh.
but I forgot what it was.
Ah,
Yeah.
it'll come back
It was
to.
terrible.
I'm sure they're all terrible.
Next week, we'll
We'll start off with
We'll
some knock
explore
knock
the
jokes.
librarian jokes.
I'll hold you to it.
All right, man.
All right.
All right.